Is 4:01 p.m. I'd like to welcome you. Our first item on our agenda is an extraterritorial CSM from Roger Pilot, request for a certified survey map approval to create one lot within the town of Rudolph. The subject property is located at 5644 Redden Road. Parcel IDs are 1700556 and 1700553. Mr. Kearns.
Thank you. This was the item that was the reason why we amended the agenda. The county had submitted this to my office earlier this month, actually. We were not able to get it on the agenda for the 13th, so I was wanted to sneak it on this agenda. Essentially, it is a extraterritorial plat review for a new lot to be created north of town. It's over a mile from the city's corporate boundary. It's in an area where there's quite a few wetlands, high groundwater, and not adjacent to residential subdivisions or really any future growth area for the city. From that aspect, I don't have any concerns with approving the CSM for the lot. I believe it is going to be the intent of the owner to develop it as a single-family lot. With that, I would recommend approval of the extraterritorial CSM.
Anybody on the commission have any questions? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve the CSM.
I'll second.
Requested. Thank you. We have a motion by myself, seconded by Goudreau. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? That motion carries. I guess I should have noted who is all present. We have Shane Burkhart, who's on the commission, appearing by Zoom. In person, we have Ryan Austin, Susan Feith, Lee Tao, and Ben Goudreau, and myself. On the item number 2 is Plan 21-0955, Wisconsin Rapids Fire Department. Public hearing and action on a request for a conditional use permit amendment to construct an addition and perform other site plan or site improvements at Fire Station 1, 1511 12th Street South, parcel ID 3411866. Normally what I'll do is I'll have Kyle Kearns introduce the item. We'll open in the public hearing, close the public hearing, and then have a discussion amongst ourselves and any relevant input from staff and participants online. Mr. Kearns.
Thank you, Chairman. This item is really has two parts. One is the conditional use permit, and the other is the site plan review and plan of operations review. The use is defined as a public safety facility, which is a conditional use within the I-1 institutional district. Therefore, it requires Plan Commission and Council approval for that conditional use permit. And we've outlined those standards within the staff report. We feel as though the request is fitting, given that the fire department currently operates Fire Station 1 out of this location, and they do have adequate land area to expand. The one thing that I did note is that they are relatively close to the total impervious surface ratio of 65%. So I wasn't able to come up with a clear number, but I did add that as a condition of approval onto the conditional use permit. Along with that, again, as mentioned, is the site plan review. And I did add some additional conditions with regards to the site plan, primarily in regards to the landscaping. So there was not a landscaping plan that was submitted. So we would request that eventually a landscaping plan be submitted to be reviewed and approved by the Community Development Department. They did provide some renderings. We feel as though that the architect and engineer did a good job of blending the addition into the existing building, but we do want to make sure that the colors do match, so we did add that condition there as well. I believe they do, but without specific colored renderings. Just wanted to make sure that it's not going to be obtrusive or stand out, and I'm fairly certain that it will do a good job of matching the existing facility. Other than that, for the most part, everything else was met. Dimensional standards within the district, parking on site, and that's an important component, because currently they have basically one lot that wraps to the east and to the south of the facility, and with the addition, they would actually be creating two lots, one lot more of a visitor lot, and then the other larger area to the east, kind of the staging area for the department and for the employees, which I think will improve public safety and access to the site. And all access drives will remain the same, one off of 12th and one off of River Run Drive. So I feel as though, again, with the conditions that we're recommending on page 1 of the staff report, that it is appropriate, an appropriate amendment for the use, and that the site plan, architectural renderings, and plan of operations are appropriate as well, and we would recommend approval with those conditions.
Thank you. So at this point, let's open a public hearing at 4:06 PM. And I guess let's start with anybody who wants to speak against the conditional use permit. I'll call a second time, see if anybody wants to speak against. And lastly, does anybody wish to speak against the project? We can open it up to anybody that wishes to speak in favor of the project. And if anybody else wants to speak in favor of the project. And lastly, does anybody wish to speak in favor of the project? So we made it to 4:07. We will close the public hearing and open it up for discussion. Planning Commission, anybody in the audience or online? If there are no questions or comments at this point, I'd open up the floor to you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I would move approval of the conditional use permit.
Thank you. We have a motion by Feith, second by Tao. Any further discussion on the item? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 And anybody oppose? That motion carries. We're on to item 3, but before we adjourn, I just want to remind everybody that the council meeting following this meeting has a new call-in. So if you wish to participate in the city council meeting online, you'll need to call in on the new call-in line and access code. So we're on to item number 3, which is adjournment. We have a motion by Tao, seconded by Goudreau. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody, for participating and making time to come to this special meeting. Thank you.